everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time checking me out, welcome. My name is Aysha and I'd love it if you subscribe down below and join the fam. In today's video, as you can see from my excitement, we are talking about the new Wet n Wild, I believe it's the 2018 collection. Either way, I am just so impressed with this collection. Let me just say, everything on my eyes is Wet n Wild, minus the lashes obviously. This highlight is Wet n Wild. Anyways, I used a lot of Wet n Wild in this look today because I wanted to talk about their new releases. I'm so excited for these. You don't even understand. I don't know when the exact launch dates will be, but I was so lucky to receive all of the products in advance from Wet n Wild, so thank you so much to the Wet n Wild team for sending these out to me. So throughout this video, it isn't really like a tutorial really, but I will be showing you how I kind of created this look with the new products, and then just sharing all the products in general. So I'm going to go through all the eyeshadow products, you know, the highlighters, the color correctors, basically the entire collection, and then I did pick and choose certain items to create this exact look so that you guys can see how the different products wear and how they look on the skin, how they swatch. If you guys are interested in hearing about all the exciting new launches from Wet n Wild, then just keep on watching, but also just make sure you give this video a big thumbs up because I really worked hard on it to just, you know, be informative as possible. So I hope you guys do enjoy this style of video. If you do, let me know and I will continue this sort of style of video for reviews to come. So yeah, let's jump in to talk about all the products. So first things first, Wet n Wild came out with new brow pencils, and at first I was a little bit skeptical because I personally just like the thin, what are they called? Like the more micro brow pencils, similar to like the Anastasia brow pencil or the Tarte one that I've been using recently. So I was a little skeptical because these ones, as you can see, are more of that like, what are these things called? The triangle shape almost. So I wasn't really sure how much that I would like these, but as you can see, my brows are looking snatched. So you guys will see over this clip how they actually did wear, and I'm actually, like, the final result I'm very, very happy with. I thought that the product itself was not too waxy, but just waxy enough. I'm not a huge fan of that really, really creamy brow pencil because then I can't get the defined brow hairs that I want, and I personally like a more fluffy brow, so this was really easy to use in that sense. Oddly enough, I found the shade dark brown lighter than the shade medium brown, so I went ahead and used dark brown. I normally like to use medium browns for my brow, as you guys know, but yeah, for some reason the dark brown, and you'll see in the swatches, were a lot darker, so I'm not really sure why that was. So yeah, overall I am very impressed with these. I do take my brows very seriously, so it's hard to impress me with brows, but I think they look pretty amazing. So the next products, which is probably the most exciting launch out of this entire collection, are the new eyeshadows that Wet n Wild is coming out with. So these shadows are from their Coloricon line, and they are so amazing. I was a little bit skeptical using them, but the initial just look of them, I was very, very impressed because there's not a lot of times where you see drugstore palettes where they're this kind of vibrant, and all the colors of the eyeshadows are just so cohesive, and I really, really love them. The two shadows that, or the two palettes that I used this time, what is on here? The two palettes that I used this time was Not a Basic Peach, which has this beautiful pop of blue in it. I'm really excited to use that one time. And then this is Rosé in the Air, which I believe is a dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Now, I don't have that palette, but just judging off pictures and stuff, it looks very, very similar. So maybe if you guys weren't able to pick up the Modern Renaissance like me, or just, I don't know, maybe can't afford it, I feel like this would be a really, really great dupe. Dare I say it? I've never come across drugstore palettes that actually have transition shades and warm tone shades that actually show up on my skin tone and that aren't like, they look very pigmented when you swatch them and look at them in the palette, but then when you put them on your eye, they're just chalky and like flake off basically. These are very comparable to some of my high-end shadows. I would gladly continue using especially these two palettes because, you know, me and my warm tones, they're just like, we get each other. But I would gladly use these palettes over some of my high-end, like Too Faced. So I kind of used a mixture of these two palettes to create this look. So the first thing I did was just take the transition shade in Rosé in the Air, and I just kind of warmed my crease with that and kind of above my crease. And then I took the shade I took like the orangey shade in the same palette and kind of built up that same color just to make it a little more warm. And then I moved on to the color right beside that, which is a deeper, more like burgundy shade. And I warmed that in the crease as well, and a slightly lower just to bring that richness to the look. And then I actually moved on to the Not a Basic Peach palette. And then I went into this beautiful kind of duochrome orangey, I don't even know how to describe this shade, but it's so beautiful, and I just took it on my finger and just kind of put it all over the lid. And then just for a little pop of color, I took the gold shade right beside it and placed that in the center. And then I went back into the Rosé in the Air palette and took the darkest matte brown and just kind of slightly defined my outer lash line a bit, just because I felt like I needed a little bit of depth. And what I also did is I wanted to test out these little squares, which they also came out with, but this is in Toasty. I just took a little bit of this and kind of placed it right over top those shades. I thought it would be a glitter, but I think it's just the over top coat that's a glitter, so it didn't really work out. But then I did put it on my lower lash line and use that to kind of act as a base for that same shimmery duochrome orange color to put on my lower lash line, just to give a little more of a pop, and I think it came together beautifully. And then what I actually did off camera is take this shade over here, which is called Brass. Now this is actually a glitter, and I was a little worried about these because I've used Wet n Wild glitters in the past, but I don't know, they must have reformulated it because I really, really love this. Basically, it's like a sticky glitter, and all I did was take a little bit of that on my finger and then kind of dab it in the center. So that glitter that you see is this product over here, which I'm very, very impressed with. I would definitely use this again. Definitely the best eyeshadows I've ever used from the drugstore. That's a huge statement, but I take my shadows very seriously, and I literally had no problem creating this beautiful look, and I can't say enough good things about it. Like, if you guys can't already tell from my excitement, I love these palettes. But what I also really liked was this one, which is Comfort Zone, and this one I kind of want to make a tutorial with it because it reminds me a little bit of the new Prism palette from Anastasia, specifically this kind of green, these green tones, and I've wanted to create a green tone, so I'm really excited to use these as well. Very pigmented. Some of the mattes are a little not patchy, but they're a little like chunky. And then this is the fourth one, so this one is called Nude Awakening, and I think this is more of a cool toned palette. Still very beautiful. I think this color over here is totally screaming my name. It's more like a rose gold. I wouldn't really reach for these colors in my everyday sort of looks, but if I am going for a cool tone look, I think this would be perfect. If you're into cool tones, I think this would be a good palette for you. This black over here is super, super black and matte, which again doesn't happen that often in the drugstore. So whatever they did to formulate these shadows, I'm just so impressed. So I love the fact that these are not only amazing palettes, but they are cruelty free. So if that is important to you, then these are definitely something to pick up when they do launch. So I already kind of gave a sneak peek of these little things. So these are just their single shadows, and they came out with various different formulas. So of course I talked about the glitter, which I'm wearing on my eye. This one is called Brass, and it's definitely just a very glittery shadow. They also came with kind of like a creamy shimmer, I guess. Not really shimmer, it kind of gives a sheen. So this would be really great to use as bases for different eyeshadows. A couple other ones, they came out with like matte ones and just like normal satins. So yeah, that is basically it. I'd love to see them come out with matte transitions, just like single transitions, because people do like buying the single shadows as well. Moving on, they also came out with quads, like eyeshadow quads. Now these ones I didn't get to use today, but I did swatch one. I think I swatched this one over here, which is called Hooked on Vinyl. These ones, I don't know if they're the same formula, but they seemed a little more patchy than the 10 palettes. What are 10 called? They did come out with a couple of these. I think they came out with 4, maybe a couple more. So these are the ones over here, and then I think they have a couple more as well. Yeah, so they have a couple more of these as well. So this one is more of like a deep kind of smoky one that this would actually be really, really pretty to create a smoky eye, like a cool tone smoky eye. And then this one is kind of just a basic neutral. So I'm not really like in love with these ones. To be honest, the only one that really caught my eye was this one because of the green. So I'm really interested to see how that looks on the eyes. And this one is in, yeah, Hooked on Vinyl, as I said earlier. So I guess the next thing to talk about are their cream highlighters. Guys, they came out with a ton of cream, well, 6 cream highlighters. These ones over here are definitely my favorite. They just like, I mean, come on. They just look like an Aysha kind of shade. All the warms and the golds and everything. These are really pretty too, so if you do like that more artistic look to makeup, I guess, like the duochromes and kind of like the pink shimmers with a shift of like purple and whatnot, I think these would be really pretty. So the one that I actually used today, I mixed two different ones, and I used Gilded Glow and Go With The Glow. So all I did was put these on the back of my hand, kind of mix them together, and then use my beauty blender to tap them on my cheek. Now I did have a little bit of powder on my cheek, so I was worried on how they would kind of stick to my cheek. But they went on perfectly. They didn't get patchy. They didn't take off my foundation or powder or concealer. I think they went on beautifully. So I'm really, really impressed with these. And I don't know if you can hear that, but they're glass, which I don't know why that excites me even more, but they remind me a lot of the Cover FX drops, except they're not drops. They actually have a huge doe foot applicator, very similar, actually pretty much identical to the Tarte Shape Tape. I really want to try these on my skin when I'm not wearing any makeup, just kind of putting on the high points of my cheek, because they're not glittery. They're just they have like a sheen almost, and it just looks very, very beautiful. So I use that kind of as a base for my highlight, and then I know y'all are asking me what is on my cheeks right now. So they actually came out with new shades of the MegaGlo highlighting powder. So this one is in Golden Flower Crown, which is the one that I'm actually wearing today. So it's a little more on the gold side, obviously, Golden Flower Crown, and I think it is just so beautiful, not chunky, didn't go on patchy, there wasn't like glitter flying all over the place. These Coloricon highlights are just so amazing. If you guys still haven't tried them, you definitely need to. Crown of My Canopy is also another one of my favorites. But yeah, they also came out with one in Blossom Glow, which is a little more on the pink side. I do want to give it a try, but I feel like it would probably just look a little ashy on me, so I don't really know. If you have a lighter skin tone, I think this would look beautiful, but just in general, this formula is thebomb.com. I believe these shades have already launched on the site, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Just check the description box. If anything is linked, then you will know that it has already launched. If it's not linked, then just keep a lookout on my channel. Make sure you're subscribed and have your post notifications, or just follow me on my social media, my Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter, and I will give you guys updates on when these products actually launch. I just finished filming, and then I went over to my desk and realized I forgot to talk about this product as well. This is the Wet n Wild MegaGlo Highlighting Palette, and it looks like this. It is a what are these called? A highlighting quad. And they come with 4 different shades. Personally, not really my cup of tea. Like this green and this blue definitely would not look too cute on me. But I think this would be nice for like an inner corner highlight or something if you're doing a more artistic look. Or if you just have really, really fair skin, then these would actually show up. So yeah, I didn't even open these. I'm not going to bother swatching them because I'm not really my cup of tea. But if these colors do appeal to you, then I believe this retails for $14.99. It's already available on the Wet n Wild website, so you can check it out yourself. So moving on to products that have actually already launched, they came out with cushion products, I guess. So they came out with cushion highlights, a cushion bronzer, and then also like color correctors, I guess. And these ones I actually didn't get a chance to use because they definitely are a little lighter. So if you do have a lighter tone, I think that you could be interested in these. So in total they have 5 of these. They have 3 different color correcting shades. So they have a purple color correcting shade, a peach color correcting shade, and then also a green one for redness. So they just kind of twist off. They have a little cushion over here, which is actually really nice. I feel like this would be a nice product to kind of push this into your skin. And then it has a little lid, so you take that off, and then there is the product. These ones I didn't get to try. I don't really have much to say about them because they're not in my shade. So if they come out with, I think I really want to see them come out with like a deep orange one instead of just, you know, the peach one that they have, because I think that would be really beautiful for correcting hyperpigmentation for deeper skin tones. So Wet n Wild, if you're watching, please make one for us chocolate girls. So last but not least, they came out with some gel lip liners. Now they already had these collections, so I'm guessing that these are just new shades. I really, really love their lip liners. I think they are amazing. They go on really nicely. As you can see, I used the shade Don't Be a Prune, which is this one over here. And all I did was just line my lips, and it gave a really nice matte finish. Now my lips were a little bit dry today, so they didn't look the best, but I did really, really love the shade of of this and they feel very comfortable. They're not too creamy, which I personally like because I find when lip liners are more creamy, they just kind of bleed and don't do the job that they're supposed to. So all I did was just go over with a Bite Beauty lip, what are these called? These are their Amuse-Bouche liquefied lip, and this one is in the shade Infuse, and it's basically the exact same shade as the lip liner. So I really love these. Don't really have much to say about them because I've already tried them and I think they're great. So if you are in the market for some new lip liners, I definitely would check these ones out. Don't Be a Prune. I also have the shade, I got the Juice. I love these names. And then this is really, really pretty. I wish it was a little bit darker so I could wear it, but this one is Doll in Love Again. It's like this beautiful peach. This one is kind of like a lighter peachy nude, and this one is called Send Nudes. And then this one is in Pink Electro. But I think that is everything, guys. I know this is a little bit of a long video, but I just wanted to share the entire collection with you guys and just kind of give you a makeup look out of it as well. If you guys want to see any other tutorials featuring, you know, some other palettes or some other products in this collection, then definitely let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys are excited for this collection, and if you are, what products you think you'll be picking up, what eyeshadow palettes you'll be picking up. I just want to know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you still aren't subscribed to my channel by the end of this video, come on guys, we already talked about this. I'm just kidding, but I'd love it if you would join the family and subscribe to my channel and just support your girl. Give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really, really appreciate it if you guys gave a big thumbs up, because then YouTube will recommend my videos to other people, and that's just awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. I love you so, so much, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.